Let's make a pool floaty cookie together. The inner tube icing transfers, I don't have a template for you to trace because you're just going to make two ovals. You're going to start with a smaller oval, that's the center of your inner tube, and then you'll go out about an inch to make your wider oval. And you can make them more circular. You can see the ones on top I have are very circular, but I liked the oval ones better, and I think you might as well. So you're going to make your two ovals, and then you're just going to fill that in with your orange icing. And I'm just kind of piping back and forth, pressure piping a little bit to get a little bit more icing in here, but I'm not making sure that I'm going right against the line because I'm going to grab my scribe to just even everything out. And you can tell it's a little messy, but the scribe will fix all of our sins. That's what the scribe is there for. It's evening that icing out. It's making it go to the edge. And then if you feel like your oval shape got a little messed up, you can use your scribe to change it too. Then you're going to grab your pink. There's no dry time between this. We want it wet on wet. Grab your pink and you're going to pipe a circular, well, I guess it is circular. You're going to pipe an oval circle in the middle, then come in with your scribe, and from the outside in, drag your scribe through the orange and then the pink, and after every single one, you're going to wipe it off. We want to get that icing residue off that scribe. And you're going to do this 8 times. So top, bottom, side, side, and then in between each of those 4. So you have this little drag kind of flower look. Then you set them aside to dry, usually about 4 hours, if not overnight, and they'll peel right off your parchment so that they are ready to use. I saw a graphic of a pool and I thought I can turn that into a cookie, and that's what this cookie is all about. So we're going to grab our blue, our deep blue, dark blue icing, and we're going to outline the rectangle of our cookie. You could do this on any shape you wanted. Our cookie is a rectangle. You're going to start by outlining it. And I try and get that outline right against the edge of my cookie. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, if you keep having your icing flow off the side of it, don't worry about it. You don't need to do that. That's what being a beginner is. You're learning, you're growing. It's all good. I do like to go over my lines multiple times, especially when I know I'm adding additional details and I'm like really flooding the base of a cookie. I like to have usually 2, if not 3 or 4 passes over my outside line. And then the other thing I do is if I feel like I've gone over at all, if it's fallen over the side of my cookie, I'll take my scribe and just scrape right along the outside of the cookie, because anything that's gone over the edge, my scribe's going to catch and I can just put it on a paper towel next to me. After you have that outline, you're going to come in and fill in with your icing. And this is the part that I always try and make look aesthetic for my videos. But if I'm just piping this for myself, it's usually a hot mess because I'm having to like adjust my hand 20 times because I don't like piping this much, and I don't want to make 2 different piping bags, one that has a bigger hole to make filling in this section easier and one that has a smaller hole for when I need to outline and add other details. There's so many things here, but I'm not worrying about going straight edge to edge. Sometimes I feel like when I'm filling in a cookie like this, if I am making sure my icing is going absolutely edge to edge so I don't have to use my scribe to fill it in, I will add too much, or I will like pressure that edge and it will overflow. So this is my way of trying to avoid it. It's like I'm casually giving my edge time to stiffen so that when I push my icing against it, it won't overflow. And honestly, I think it's been working for me, so I'm going to say it works. And then I'm just coming in, adding a little bit more icing so I don't have to worry too much about using my scribe. Great shot of my hand right there. Great palm, Cami. But I am going to grab my scribe and just make sure it's getting all the way to the edge. You could pipe the line, the outside line for all of these cookies and then come back and fill it in, but I really like hiding my lines. I like my icing to look really cohesive and like there hasn't been an outline. It's my personal thing. Not everyone cares about that, professional or not. I will also say, look how even this light is on the cookie. Whew, what a beautiful cookie. While it's still wet, you're going to grab your light blue and you're going to start adding these kind of like amoeba looking blobs onto your cookie. They felt a little like the SpongeBob outline, what I was doing here. You don't want them touching. You want to leave some space, but you also kind of want to fill the entirety of your cookie with these light blue amoeba blobs. I found this easiest to start at one side and then work my way to the other side of the cookie, kind of filling in the sections as I went. And the other thing is you kind of want to tap your icing down onto that dark blue and then lift it up and let it flow a little bit. Honestly, I'm probably moving a bit too fast, and this is my impatience when it comes to cookie decorating. The other thing I was concerned about is accidentally making a dick. I I apologize if that language offends you, but I was really concerned about it. And you'll see it on the last one. That's why a lot of these are four kind of blobby shapes instead of three. It's possible to absolutely do three or to make like more kidney bean shapes, but this one I was like, don't do it, don't do it. And then it was like stuck in my head, and that's why I kind of freaked out at the end. Okay, set down that blue, grab the white. You're going to do the same thing, but you want it to be overlapping on that light blue. You don't want it to be a direct shadow or directly mimicking what's below it. You want it to be the same types of shapes across the entire pool, but not necessarily on directly on top of where the light blue is. The light blue is not a shadow of the white. It is another kind of refraction, I think that's the right word, of the light within the water. That's the look we're going for. So it doesn't matter if you're perfectly aligning everything or not, because it's not supposed to be perfectly aligned. It's a light within water. But once you finish adding all of that, once you fill in all of the space, you're going to grab your inner tube icing transfer and you're just going to plop it right in the corner, and that completes your pool cookie. This is one of 4 cookies in the pool cookie set. Download the free guide in the link below and give them a try.